This is Dr. Dirt again with the exhibit In the Dark. And again, we're going to talk about the soil profile. And we have some adult beetles here that have come down in here. Now these beetles have come in from the top, and these are June bugs, different types of the seed-shaped grubs. And when I say seed-shaped grubs, we have about 30 varieties of these grubs in Lee County, from little bitty to some giant. But these are laying eggs. And when these adults lay the eggs, they will turn in to this. And there's a host of other insects that live in this profile that I'm talking about. Here we have a tree root coming through here. And so these roots go down into the structure of the soil. And again, we have worms working down below. And then we get in, to the nesting facility of the mold. And then I'm coming towards the end here. We have, again, we have another root like a dandelion root. Dandelion roots is a yellow flower. It's in everybody's yard in Lee County. But that root in good soil can go down 3 feet, taproot. And this is, when I say taproot, it's a main root, and it's going down, straight down. And it's an anchor root. Then off of that, you have the feeder roots that feed the plant, as you see here. But the core of that plant, now the core on the surface, if it gets to be a big established dandelion, it can be 18 inches across on top of the ground up here. And then you have the yellow flowers coming up above it, and then you have the little puff balls that everybody likes to blow in the spring and summertime. And we'll move into the last panel here, and this is a unique one, because now we're going to move in and talk a little bit about the pollinators. We have a lot of pollination bees in Lee County, and a lot of them are solitary bees. And when I say that, it's one bee living in one tunnel. This is a bumblebee colony. In most bumblebees, they do live underground. Don't confuse these with honeybees. These are bees not for honey production, although they do make honey, but it's a survival of their species. If you're a big bee, about like my thumb, and we've all seen the black and yellow bumblebee. In the colonies here, these are actually chambers of honey right here. They feed the babies that are in colonies back here, or the individual cells with one grub or one emerging bumblebee. In the fall, this colony will die. Over winter, they'll come out of this colony, and this is a defunct colony. Once this has been used, they won't come back to it. And then they exit and go somewhere else. And then they'll come out in the spring, emerge in the spring when it warms up, and then they're seeking a place to actually find a colony to start in the ground again and start the process over. Bumblebees. But they're immensely important in the chain in Lee County. And anywhere where there's production for agricultural use, whether we're cotton or melons or food crops where we need the bees for pollination, bumblebees are very well known. If you've ever seen one in your garden, usually the back hind legs are just laden with golden yellow pollen. Very, very efficient pollinators when they crawl over the flowers. And the way we find an in-ground colony is we're mowing the grass up here, and we stop, and the mower is vibrating, and the engine's shaking the ground, and so this is translating all down into the hive, and so we agitate the bees. Or you walk over here, we're playing, the kids are playing, and they're jumping up and down on the ground, so the vibration is translocating into their domain, and so then they become aggressive because they think they're being attacked. They think something's going on, and so they're coming out to see what the commotion is on top of the ground up here, and so then that's where we a lot of times get stung. This is the same principle on the Africanized honeybees that are in ground or in buildings. It's the vibration, and then once you swat one, it gives off a pheromone, and then that pheromone is on your hand, on your clothes. It's a perfume that the bee can sense and comes after you. Okay, but now on the bumblebee, they're not as aggressive. Once they come out, I mean, if you stand still and you're not moving, they're not swatting them, they will usually go away or go back into the ground and go do something else. So that's a little bit on that.